Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody.
So there you are. You are tagged up and ready to go. And so, hello and welcome everyone to the Dark Roast. I am Donna Stroll, and I'm here with the beautiful and brilliant Rose Short. And today we are going to be talking about landing pages, basically giving you the 101 on it.
Yes.
So we are last week Rose took care of things for me and I super appreciate it because kind of threw her to the wolves last minute. Unfortunately, we had a loss in the family and so it was unexpected and so there was a lot to do. So Rose, thank you again for handling all of that for us.
Um,
And last week we talked about repurposing content and I just wanted to touch on another area because Rose is the video maven, right? She is awesome with the video, and so a lot of it was focused on the video repurposing, which is highly important. Being able to take your long form and cut it down, but there's another option on that as well, and that is your written content.
yes.
So if you write a blog, um, you know, 1,500 words on a particular topic, the way that you repurpose that kind of content is you can then take that written blog, which by the way, you can create a blog for free on Medium and you can set schedule and everything else with that. If you want to pay their $5 monthly fee, you can then also get paid for your blog. So just throwing that out there. But say you write a blog, you can then repurpose that content into an email newsletter. You can repurpose it into a long form Facebook post. You can break that down into short form Facebook posts. And you can also turn that into your video scripts, your long form and your short form video scripts. So having you written is also another way. So you can get multiple formats. You can do your written as well as your audio and your visual from one blog post.
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing with Medium is that people can subscribe to your blog. And once they do, then you can collect their emails as well. So if that's something where you're more written inclined versus video inclined, that's another way to build up your email list.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
for sure.
sort of circle back on that because for some people who are maybe not so into the video or have a hard time coming up with ideas, but they're great with the written, this is a way that you can take your written content and get your video content ideas.
Medium's great because I hadn't written anything for like a month and then I still got paid because people were still reading my stuff. And so I did go ahead and do a couple of blog posts over the weekend. And one of the really nice things, if you're really bad about like, if you don't want to listen to a video to transcribe it to a blog, with YouTube, there's generally a transcript button and you can pull your own transcript and then just edit the transcript itself. So it makes it a whole lot easier if you're not good at like, you're like, I just said all this, I don't want to say it all again. Just pull that transcript and edit it.
And so there's another way you're repurposing from video to Word instead of Word to video. So just there's a lot of ways to create multiple streams of content without having to basically recreate the wheel every single time.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of repurpose.
Exactly.
All right, so now that that is out of the way, today we are going to talk about the landing pages. First up, we're just going to do the introduction. What is a landing page? What's the purpose of it? So Rose, I'll let you take that up.
So a landing page is essentially a standalone web page designed with a specific goal in mind, right? So it's not quite a capture page, although it can be. So there is a difference between a landing page and a capture page, which I think is something that gets skipped over a lot as well. But essentially, instead of it being a full-on website, it's a one page, here is what I have to offer. And then from there, they can either sign up or buy what you're selling or anything like that. So rather than being a comprehensive website with a bunch of different menus and whatnot, it's just one page that promotes your product and service.
Yeah. An effective landing page, obviously, it's got to be visually appealing, right? It can't be overwhelming. This is one thing that I see a lot with the landing pages, especially when people first start doing them. They want to really throw everything at it. And I find I remember when websites first became a thing, people had spinning stuff everywhere and flashing stuff everywhere. And it was, I can't look at this, right? And it's the same thing with your landing page. If there's too much text, if you're not breaking it up, if you're trying to get too much information out all at once, that's not what it's for. It's to give people a good cursory and make them want to find out more.
Yes.
So
it's the keynotes.
Yeah, it's definitely the keynotes. Yes.
So landing page versus capture page. So this often comes up when people are buying solo ads. A lot of solo ad providers are like, well, I don't want to send them direct to your landing page. I'd rather just send her to a capture page. The benefits of a capture page is if you're just starting out and you're just building your email list, and especially if you're going solo ads, which I don't necessarily recommend, but if you're going to go that route, what a capture page does is enables you to get the people who are actually interested to sign up to your list versus everybody hitting that landing page and signing up. Because what's going to happen is maybe half of them are interested, maybe the other half were just clicking to see what the offer was. And now you have 50% of your people on your list who are never going to open your emails. They're never going to check if they're in spam or not. And your email reputation is going to drastically drop. So a capture page is kind of an introduction. One of my favorite ways to do a capture page now that I just did is a free quiz. So everybody loves a freebie. Everybody loves quizzes, right? And I don't like doing the ebook download. I don't like doing the PDF freely, Jen. It's just not my bag. But with the quiz, it gives them an option to opt in or not. So they can still take the way I set mine up. You can do it however you want. They can take the quiz even if they don't opt in. But once they've opted in, they're flat out saying, yeah, I don't mind you emailing me. And so now my email list is clean. It's people who are actually interested in my offer. And instead of just sending them straight to the buy my product, here's the information that will help you in conjunction with my product. So that's kind of the difference between a capture page and a landing page. And then once you have their email, then you can send them the landing page via the email.
Right. Renee asks, would it be overkill to have a landing page for each product? No, actually, you want to do that. That is something that you want to do, because if you try to put all your products or services or whatever it is on a single landing page, it's confusing and people won't know what to pick. So you definitely actually want to keep them as separate as possible. They can have a similar, your branding can be across all of them, and that's fine, because then when people see it, they know it's you and they get comfortable and familiar with that. But you definitely want them to be separate in terms of one thing at a time.
Yeah. If they're similar enough, you could do one as an upsell. So, here's the primary, cheaper product. And then once they buy that, then you could offer the other one if it goes hand in hand with that one as an upsell, because then they're already in anyway. They're already invested in buying one thing. And often the upsell becomes an emotional, why not? I'm already here. Click to buy kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a book on fishing and then a book on, I don't know, ballet, you probably wouldn't want to do them in the same ecosystem.
It's a great question, Renee. Thank you so much for asking.
Yes.
So
love it.
Our next one is the CTA, your call to action. So it's what tells your visitors what to do. Yep. So, drop their email, sign up for your newsletter, download an ebook, because yes, you may not like them, but they are functional, or take a quiz, whatever it is. It has to be very clear what it is you're asking them to do, and it has to be compelling, not just buy my stuff.
Yeah. But be careful, right? If your end game is sales, but your button says learn more, you're going to see a lot of landing page visits, but you're not going to see a lot of sales. So just keep in mind with the buttons too, what exactly, like you said, do you want your customer to do?
If you're saying learn more, that's fine, but there better be more information going first, and then you can give them the opportunity to check it out. You're going to send them more information about whatever your product is, or if you want them to take the quiz, however that works. But just don't do bait and switch. No one likes that. And you will lose a lot of people. I've noticed more now when people do webinars and you sign up for a webinar, they're very honest with you now. At the end, there will be a pitch, an opportunity to either join their program or buy something. And people still get upset. They're being honest with you. I'm giving you 4 days of free information, and then your 5th day is going to have the opportunity. Because people were getting super annoyed with that, right? It's a 5-day webinar. No, it's a 4-day. Well, it's a 4-day webinar with an opportunity at the end. If you didn't know that going in now, because you've been informed. And so, yeah.
Yeah, same thing happened with a lot of subscription services where like they weren't really directly honest about the fact that it is a monthly subscription. And so they were getting a bunch of sales, but then they were getting a bunch of cancellation and refund requests to the point that Stripe was like, you're clearly not legit, and shut them down. So if you're going to do like a monthly subscription type thing, make sure it's very obvious that it's a monthly charge. Make sure they have an option to cancel anytime, and make sure you are creating a customer portal so that they can go ahead and manage the subscription themselves.
Absolutely. Don't make it difficult. I mean, you don't want to make it like the first thing they see, right? You want to give them the opportunity to change their mind, or maybe just change their subscription or whatever. But you got to make it easy enough for them, because otherwise, yeah. So your call to action, same thing. You want to make sure that it's clear, that it's concise, but compelling as well. And absolutely, whatever you're asking them to do, make sure that's all that they need to do in that step.
And then, of course, the data nerd, track and analyze. So I love data. I do. I love, like, sometimes I get tired of looking at it, but it's fantastic. So with one of the programs I'm running, right, I had a lot of landing page views, and I had a opt-in rate of like maybe 0.5%. Like, it was terrible. But it was a landing page that went straight from this is the product to here's the product. Whereas with the value added capture page, I've had an opt-in rate of 53% because it's giving extra information, it's educating, it's stuff that people are really interested in, it's high value stuff for free. So just seeing that change from that to from the capture page to the landing page, the statistics there are amazing, especially with ads. If you're going to spend money on ads, you want to know that that ad is working. And so, make sure you're analyzing, is it going to the countries I want it to go to? Is it going to the demographic I want it to go to? Is it, what's my click, what do they call it? Price per click. Like, what is that? What's my price per opt-in? Like, make sure you're checking those things and optimizing them.
And with like something, a quiz or a challenge, even if it's a written challenge or whatever that you put up, or like a daily thing or whatever, people who opt into that are more likely to go on to the next step. They're basically qualifying themselves as being interested to do something, whether, not just look. I mean, how many of us have downloaded an ebook from somebody? And I'm the worst for this, because when I create an ebook, I always over deliver by way too much. My publishing background pushes it for me, and I end up giving 40 pages of in-depth information, and nobody reads it. Nobody wants it. It's too big, right? So, and we all downloaded stuff that's just been downloaded and shunted over, and we don't do anything with it. So by creating things like more interactive things like quizzes and challenges, you are actually helping people qualify themselves, because they're more interested in doing it, and they're more interested in they want something that's interactive. So that's super helpful for you as the person trying to get qualified prospects into your business. Yeah. So I love the quiz idea. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And also, tracking and analyzing, you got to optimize, right? Mm-hmm. And part of that tracking and analyzing is going to help you optimize what you're doing, right? So you might have to change a few things here and there. Maybe you've got too much text. You won't know until you do it, and maybe do another one, do an A/B test where you're removing some of that information. You're cleaning it up. Maybe your colors are too difficult for people to read. Maybe you've got too many spinny things on there that is just distracting people from where they want to go, or making them feel like maybe this isn't serious. So you're going to optimize, and you're also going to, part of your optimization is making sure that it really fits with your brand.
Yeah.
because if you have a million landing pages for your business, but each one looks different, you're not really putting yourself in their mind. If it's something where they really like something that you put out there and they downloaded it and they worked it and they're like, gee, I wonder if they've got anything else. And they go to another landing page and it's like, okay, this is different. And then they go to another one and it's different. They're like, they're just throwing stuff up there. I don't necessarily feel confident in them anymore. So
yeah. And most landing page, capture page type softwares will let you do split tests, so you can send traffic to, an A/B split, and it'll tell you the percentage of people that goes there. It'll tell you the opt-in rates and everything like that, so you can see if the opt-in rate on this one is 50% and the opt-in rate on this one is 1%. Then this one won, but maybe make some changes to this one to see if that one beats it. You can do the same thing with ads. You can, especially with Facebook ads, make your first ad and then make 10 copies of it and change each copy a little bit differently, different media, whatever it might be, and then start running it and start seeing what one of those works. We did that with Ice Wellness and discovered that when we had photos of actual people in the ice bath versus the product itself, those ads did better. So all of our adverts now have, real pictures versus the product picture. And so those just help you understand kind of your customer. And of course, reach out to other marketers, other people right? I've done it with you, reached out and was like, hey, I'm getting lots of, views. We're not really getting lots of sales. Can you look at this and tell me, what changes would you make? And then again, you can implement those in a split test. And
and you can do that even with your Facebook Reels. Mm-hmm. Because if you're posting it, I know that online, I'm pretty sure on your phone too, it asks you if you want to do an A/B test for the cover.
Yep.
And see, and just the cover, the content is exactly the same. You're just creating a cover image and boom, if you can A/B test that and see if maybe, the bright color with your hook does better, or if it's really something less than that. Like I've got one video that I did where I didn't have a cover for it because it was just in the past week and I was like, I don't have time or energy for that. So I put it up there and it's literally just a picture of a road. Like there's nothing on it. And like not even the text is showing up yet. And it did way better. I'm like, okay, I don't understand, but whatever. I got to dig in deeper and figure out why. And, maybe it's just the open road pulls people in. It could be something as simple as that. So.
Oh, that's the thing that we always like. There's so often it's like put your hook or your CTA or whatever like right in there, and oftentimes like I'll see that and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what this video is about. Whereas like if I see a still frame where someone like or something like that, I'm like, all right, like what's going on here? So you gotta know your audience. Again, we've talked about it multiple times, right? Maybe your audience wants the like, yep, but this is what this video is about, or maybe they're like, what is going on here? Let me watch this. So. Play around with it, don't be afraid. Like, yeah, you want your message and you want your branding to be uniform, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, everything you do has look exactly the same.
Well, no, because you also don't want people to know it's you. Yeah. But you don't necessarily want them to know what you're talking about right off the bat. You want them to have that curiosity factor to go deeper into what it is that you're offering. You just want them to know it's you. They want to feel comfortable that they're talking to an old friend.
Yeah.
That's basically what all marketing is making people feel like they're talking to a friend. And that's your job to make them comfortable in that way, right? It's not their job to make you feel comfortable. It's your job to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
So landing pages, like you said, now your capture pages, can you recap that again? I want you to recap that for everybody.
Yeah, so again, capture page is a little bit different than a landing page, right? A landing page is usually whatever product or service you're offering. The capture page is the free value or lead up or enticement before that. So again, it keeps your list clean. It's the difference between having an open rate of 50% on your emails versus 0.06 and get response going, where the heck are these emails coming from? Kind of theme. So capture page is specifically designed for you to be like, hey, just so you know, you will be put on an email list. Are you okay with that? and then you can send them your landing page, your information and whatnot via email, versus the landing page, again, is usually just, here's my product or service, sign up if you're interested, or buy it if you're interested.
Yeah, or download it or whatever.
Yeah.
So both have value, right? And depending on what it is that you're putting out there, that people are going to be signing up for, if you craft your landing page well, if you're, whatever you're offering is done well, especially if it's a freebie, it doesn't have to suffer, right? But your capture page and your landing page should also be connected in terms of your branding and your messaging and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll include, I did a video and a blog post on the quiz generator that I am currently using. So if you want that, go ahead and just comment quiz and I will DM it over. Now, the quiz platform that I use does have an affiliate program. So yes, if you sign up, I will make some money, just so you're aware. But it is a really great program. So if you're interested in what that is, like I said, comment quiz and we'll send it over.
Yeah, I'm interested. So I'm curious.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I want to know more.
It's super easy, user friendly. Like, I am not one of the millennials that grew up with a cell phone and internet from the time they were 5. So technology is not my friend, and I was able to do it no problem. So.
And you were able to integrate it with the Go High Level, which is such an amazing platform all on its own. It's got the everything. Yes, we use it.
Yeah.
Just a heads up that we do use it, but if you're looking for an all-in-one platform, it's got literally everything, courses and email and funnel building and websites and blogs and, social posting, scheduling, all that sort of stuff. The amount of stuff that's in Go High Level is crazy.
Yeah. And even if you don't, the quiz platform does integrate with a lot of other CRMs, or you can use Integrately, which is a third party that can make integrations from one to another. So there's lots of ways you could integrate it. And if you absolutely can't figure out how to integrate it, the quiz app does collect the email as well. So you can just manually move them over.
Nice. That's nice. Being able to, because maybe you don't want to build out that and you just want to download your emails and send them out in your own way and with MailChimp or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's cool. All right. So next week, Rose is going to be off. She's going to be on the road. She's going to Texas and watching somebody else's new beginnings. Yeah. So it'll be just me. And I am going to be talking about how to choose the right niche for your online marketing business. Now, the reality is how to choose your right niche doesn't matter if you're online or offline. What matters is doing it right so that you are aligned with what it is that you're trying to build your business around. Because if you're not aligned with it, it's more than money. And if it's something that you're not passionate about or something that you're not comfortable with, you're not going to put in the work. You're not going to put in the necessary energy, or you will, and you will burn out super, super fast because it's just not sitting with you. So that will be next week's topic. I will be flying solo, but that's okay because Rose held me, so I'll hold you. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or things that you would like us to talk about, please drop them below. Rose and I have different skill sets, and so it doesn't really matter which one of us you reach out to because either one of us can help you. If you have any ideas or things that you would like us to talk about, again, please drop them below because we are always open to, what you would like. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help educate, entertain, and occasionally confuse.
Renee, thank you so much for watching and for asking questions.
Yes, we appreciate the interaction greatly. So that's it for this week. Quick, sweet, and to the point. All right, everyone. Have a fabulous day.
Happy Friday. Get your coffee.